Hello students and welcome to class. This is going to be our landing spot when you log into Canvas. And you'll go to the begin here. No better place to start than right there. And you're going to see this module as soon as you log in. Read the syllabus, download respondents, check in, and favorites. And you have to go through each one of these in succession to navigate and to stay in the class. Everything else is locked until you go through the proper channels. And you'll get a check mark over here, like I said, for each one that you complete. So the first one is read the syllabus. Here is our syllabus. Here are my office hours. There's an introductory video. Next, you'll do the check-in quiz, and here is the Respondus folder. You can click on this. If you've taken a class with us before and you've used Respondus, you probably still have it on your computer. If you've never used Respondus before, it's a very safe software, and it keeps any viruses out as well, and it protects the academic integrity of the course. And you'll click on download now. And when you do that, you'll get an icon that looks like this. And that icon will end up right over here on the side of your mainframe, and we'll get to that. And that's exactly what you want to do. We'll go back into reading the syllabus. You have 2 questions on that quiz, and I'll explain that in just a second. Next, we have our textbook. Our textbook can be found right over here in Course Materials. And you'll click on that, Course Materials. And it populates right there. Read now. And you've already got your textbook on the first day of class. That's the dream anyway. Here it comes. And if you have any questions at any time, feel free to give me a phone call or send me an email. And I'm usually pretty good. I'll get back to you usually within 1 business day, if not a couple of hours. Here's our book right there, and you just click on each one and use these to fill out your worksheets. So there's your book, and we go back to reading the syllabus. You do an artist project, and that's where it's explained. You get to be the artist, and then also you get to experience 2 different art forms this semester. And you get to write a paper about that, and I want you to have an opinion. Go out and see some art. There's so much art out there. Go see some art, have an opinion about it, and follow the guidelines. And then you'll click on Next. And next is the quiz. So what you'll do for the quiz is you'll click on this icon over here. And that will take you back into something that looks like this. And you'll be going through Respondus. And you'll click on Login, and then you'll go to our course site, and you will find a page that looks just like this. And then you'll complete that very easy 2-question quiz. And what I've done there is I ask that you show yourself on camera, and you say something like, hello, how are you? Very simple. And then also there's a prompt on there so that you will show your ID and take a picture of your ID. Hold up your ID, get a picture of it so I can read it, that close, boom. And then answer the other question, and you'll remain in class. Very, very easy. Let me minimize this again. You'll complete that, and then you'll go to this discussion board question, why this humanities class? Now this is locked because we haven't started the class yet, but that will be there. One other thing, let me remind you as well, when you take that first quiz, this quiz right here, I have to go in and grade that manually. So there might be a slight hiccup to where you can't proceed. It's usually, I'll see it within the first couple of weeks of class and get you squared away. So that shouldn't be a problem. And I'll look at the grades, and then I'll go in there and I'll make sure that everything looks above board. And then you'll go through the rest of the module, the favorites as well. And then you can get into, once you complete these 4 things, you can get to the respond to a sculpture. And that has the criteria in there. What you need to do, you look at a sculpture, fill in that worksheet, have an opinion about it, which is great. You also get to create a sculpture and post it on the discussion board. And I want you to include, once again, your picture, you holding your sculpture in there, or you with the sculpture. Then you also have worksheet number 1, which is an overview of art. You'll use your textbook for that. And then you have worksheet number 2, which is sculpture, and that also comes from the textbook as well. And then also, just to clarify, the respond to a sculpture assignment is not the same as the worksheet number 2, sculpture worksheet. And then you have worksheet number 3, and you can go through and see all the different things that we do. You'll have 3 exams over the course of the semester, and when you turn in your worksheets, then if you score higher than a 70, then I send out a corrected worksheet. So I think that covers just about everything. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help you succeed. Once again, I'm Chris Lamort, your instructor. Feel free to give me a phone call or send me an email, and I'll get back to you. And I wish you all the best in your studies. Thanks so much. Let me go back here, because what better place to start? Well, to end where we started.